Hey guys, Jamie Watney here, psychic intuitive, helping you be your authentic self. Really excited to be here on the farm with you guys today with my friend
Kendall, Kundalini Kendall, psychic channel and energy healer.
Yes, and we are doing yes. Why do I keep laughing? We are doing a farm girl soul nourishing activation today.
We are just really going to be channeling like the elements of the farm around us, and there's two adorable little bunnies that keep like popping in and wanting to hang out with us, and just like beautiful trees around us. You can kind of see by this shot that I'm inserting. And yeah, so we thought it would be fun to start off with, well, we had kind of had some wisdom channel through. I don't know if you want to share, if you're feeling called to share.
Totally. We were also, I think, what's the little guy in the middle? He's like a squirrel. Okay.
So he might want to come through.
Yeah. We left our picnic for a second, went to the porta potty, and my mind was quiet. And so we were talking about certain relationships in our life, to bring to mind whatever relationship this is for you, where we want the person to be different so that we can feel a certain way. This is so human, so normal. We all go through it. And I got this wisdom when we were in the potty that said, what do you want that other person to be like deeply? So that you, like, I'm sorry, if that other person was your ideal version of them, how would you feel? So we came to the conclusion that I would feel very connected, like deeply connected, and not necessarily loved, but love. I could be love and connection itself.
And I felt like I would be safe and seen and expanded.
Yes, and then so we went through the process of, it was intellectual at first. Okay, so now I realize this is what I'm wanting to express within myself unconditionally. I am connected in love. Kendall is safety, expansion, and seen by source. Okay, great, that's intellectual. How can we have that experience? Well, to know the truth of those qualities. And so then we came to the conclusion. Do you remember the truth of yours? Mine's on the camera here, but I think basically...
It was profound. I am fully known, embraced, and protected by divine love. My safety and expansion are not dependent on a person, but flow eternally from God's ever-present care. And I will say that one of my biggest journeys this year has been coming back into the safety of like God's arms and the divine masculine energy of source. Because, and of course the feminine, but I feel like that knowing I am safe, I am held by God, and I can trust God. Because I personally had really intense early childhood experiences where I associated God with an abusive masculine energy. And so, and then I went on to have that reinforced by church and all these things. And I feel like that's been my journey, is coming back to that safety and trust, so I can relax in my own body. And it hasn't even been like about the other people in my life and how they're showing up, because often they actually are showing up and I'm not receiving it.
Which is a super common experience.
Yeah.
Since we have some people about to walk by, so
Thinking I was just about to whip my titties out.
Oh gosh. Just kidding. Whoops. You didn't tell me about
my eggs.
You didn't tell me about that part.
Get natural with the elements here.
Yeah, they left, so it's fine. Well, maybe they want to join our farm girl activation. Yes, so mine, and if you can relate to this, connection's always been confusing for me, because connection looks like with other, because to connect other. Yes, that is an element of it, but when I learned about nervous system health, when we're in our higher self, God self, regulated, healthy, whatever we want to call it, connection is an innate quality within us. We naturally want to connect. It's just here. And connection first begins as a feeling and an openness inside, no matter, I can't get it from the outside world, right? Mine looks like, if you're just like me, if you're deeply spiritual, if you're all this stuff, then we can connect. As opposed to, no, connection lives in me. Love lives in me. When I remember that, I can just freely interact. It's interesting, difference between connection and interaction with people around me. So what I thought would be interesting, and tell me what you feel, is when we connect into these rabbits, I kind of want to ask them what their wisdom is just in general. And then specifically for, they're walking by, just give us a second. Specifically for my thing of connection and love and yours, we could say like, hey, what is your wisdom around these unconditional states?
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Jamie is an animal, like Jamie communicates with animals. That's actually how we became friends, because she did a reading from you for my pup Ginger, and then I was like, do you want to be like friends outside of this?
Yeah.
But and I've been doing her animal communication course, which has been really profound. I'm very psychic and tapped in, but she's really helped me break down like what the four like clairs are and how that comes through with animal communication. And we thought it would be just so fun to like both kind of in different ways connect to the same rabbits, and also see how the wisdom will be probably in sync, but also we'll each get a unique sort of channeling from them.
Yeah, totally. And when those people just walked by, they went away for a second, but they keep coming back out when they know that they're safe. So we can also connect to them up where they are, but hopefully they'll come back out soon. We could pause it till they come back. Oh no, well yeah.
We could.
Or do you want to connect into them up in the hill, or do we want to wait for them to come back?
I don't know. What are you feeling? I'm
kind of want to wait for them to come back.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine to wait. We'll see if they do.
Although I am getting some wisdom coming through, so I could share that while they're coming back. So sweet bunnies, we'd love to talk with you if you want to come connect with us. That specifically for the relationships we were focusing on, when we're not in shadow around divine masculine at all, when we won't resist others masculine energy, because it's like, oh, it's too much masculine, you're not intuitive enough, you're not spiritual enough. But that's almost like, oh my gosh, I don't fully love and appreciate my masculine energy, so I'm thinking that there's something too much or not enough about others' masculine energy. Is that making any sense? And when I'm in appreciation with my own masculine, balanced feminine masculine, when I'm in appreciation for all of us, when we're in appreciation with our own masculine, and we say, like Kendall said, projecting scary experiences onto it, like, hey, divine masculine in and of itself is safe, my divine masculine is safe, then other people that we see in the divine masculine that are in a healthy expression of it will be perceived as safe, and we'll say, hey, you're enough in your masculine, I don't need you to be any different. And when we were just tuning into that energy inside, I got that wisdom. So you guys are seeing this happen in real time. When we start to embody or even begin the intention of embodying these unconditional states, then the wisdom starts to come from that space of like, oh, which already softened my view of who I was wanting to be different so that I could feel connected.
Yes. And it's actually really interesting because when I tuned into the energy of the rabbits, what I was first seeing was actually this really strong image of this loved one who actually is connected to the person relationship I was talking about earlier. But very like divine masculine energy, this like protector that has kind of been a guide for me this year especially. And rabbits are kind of like, I always connect them with him because there's just a lot of his old things had rabbits on. They would always just be connected to rabbits. And I also associate rabbits with the leaping from like a quantum leap, or like leaping from one sort of timeline to the next, or a shift. And when I connected to the rabbits just now, what I felt was I saw his energy, and I saw almost like a rainbow energy. And I got like leap, shift, and that a quantum leap is often just a shift in perception within self.
It's what was just happening. You're reading into what I was just experiencing. We just had that little shift of like, oh, when I'm okay with this, I'll be okay with that. Like, you're seeing this alchemy happening in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a shift in self concept is enough to create a quantum leap. And often it's a shift in perception from that fear energy to that love energy. But this is coming through. It's a shift in perception of God from fear to love. That masculine energy.
That's it. Right. I am
that we're
safe.
Taught to fear.
Yes. And God's going, it's not me that's scary. It's the wounded masculine.
Yes, and that's also coming through this. There's this Christ. I'm feeling this energy of the Christ consciousness coming through too. I'm also feeling the Sophia energy, the Christ Sophia, which also the green always, the emerald reminds me of that. But it's like feeling safe enough to be held by the energy of that Christ consciousness within ourselves, and that connection to God. It will just automatically shift our perception of these masculine energies or anything outside of us, really.
That's it. And I'm just gonna tune in to the land and the bunnies now, because we're kind of just piggybacking off of each other in a beautiful way. So my question for the land or the bunnies, whoever wants to answer, or the beautiful squirrel, or we also have chickens literally right here that I can see, or goats, so whoever wants to come forward. Yeah. I think for me it's like, how can we anybody who's listening to this, how can we have a deep in our bones remembrance, knowing of that these states live within us? So we are seen, we are safe, we are loved, we are connected inside, and we're whole and complete. We don't need, that's it. So that just pinged as I'm saying this. It's like, you have, this is the wisdom that's coming in, you have everything you need inside. You are not lacking. It's the illusion of lack that is the fundamental root of this. So I'm going to call in source and any loving elementals that are in the area that are walking in the white light and love of God to assist us in clearing any pain or fear or illusion around lack within who we are, and reminding us that we don't need to seek outside. Outside is a reflection of us. And so source and the animals helping. Again, I'm just going to ask again until we really feel it. How can we feel that remembrance of I am? They're telling me our solution, and those who are watching, is this wholeness and completeness. Well, because all the qualities we're asking for live within that. So how can we feel, how can we remember everything we contain is within? Go ahead.
I'm also seeing the chickens coming through, and I'm just being thrown an egg, and I'm being told the beginning and the end. The egg is symbolic of both creation, like birth and rebirth. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll bring that element in. How can we know? So, okay, they're telling me the very human proof, and so I'm going to invite you guys to do this, us to do this. They're saying, get out a journal, one exercise. When are times you felt a feeling that was not equal to the environment that you were around? So, like, for example, you felt connected or you felt love and the other person was in a bad mood. Or you felt seen, because the proof is going to be the opposite. The proof, you're not going to find a lot of this at first, because your mind goes, no, it is outside of me. I have to rearrange the parts. And we're literally letting our brain see proof of our wholeness and completeness. So they just want you to write down as many examples as you can on a page of feeling a certain way. And I can't think of the exact phrase of this, but like independent of the world of form. When you felt whole and complete, meaning loved, connected, seen, expanded, safe, independent of the world of form. And that is how you will begin to see proof that that this reality is true. That's what I got for you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna share one piece of wisdom, but I do invite you to pause so you can journal on that as well. That what I'm also getting from the egg thing is that, like, the egg is perfect when it's born in its natural form, and it's like a metaphor for you are an embodiment of source consciousness. Like, you are that perfection already, and you are both created and the creator, and that's what the egg represents. Does that make sense?
But I open to the possibility that I am both creator and created. Yeah. I open to the possibility I'm creator and created and safe and loved at the same time.
And that's that balance of, you get into these two extremes of, I fully create my reality, it's all on me, I have to do it all, I have to do this, or I have no power, I don't have any power over my reality, it's all up to some scary man in the sky, God, and I'm just helpless. But the truth is actually, you are both creator and created.
And I'm wondering, because you and I can become an embodiment of it, and it might take us a minute, because our brain might give us examples of, no, that's not real. A time we had an outlier for us to do the experiment here, like a time when we felt a certain way, a positive internal quality, independent of how we were being perceived.
A little butterfly just fluttered in front of us, and I know for me, butterflies are super symbolic, and I feel like, because they also represent for me like the healing of like generational trauma, and how I have what I would feel is a pretty healthy, beautiful, I mean, it's human still, but now relationship with my family in a lot of ways, and it hasn't always been that way. And it's not because they necessarily massively changed. Some of course, people have grown and changed, but my expectation, needs, or assumptions about them, positive, negative, in myself, have really shifted, where I'm needing less from them. And the paradox of that, ironically, is that my relationship with them is a lot more beautiful, because I don't need them to be anything for me. And so it's like the metamorphosis within myself allows me to be fully in my wings, and I don't need anybody to validate that. And I think the message that's kind of coming through for me is like, I can be in the same setting with my family, and be in two totally different energies, and be focused on the beauty of that. It's like, we could be like, oh my God, the trees are so beautiful on this farm, or I could be like, I just keep getting bitten.
Exactly. Yeah, I have ants in my booty that I've been feeling the whole time. I keep itching under my pants. We're happy.
Totally.
Yeah, it's, I think the thing, this is crazy to think about here, but I remember when I was 3 doing this takes radical courage to this type of healing, because you want to so easily blame the world, and that doesn't excuse the hard things that went on in the world. We still got to validate those human experiences, so we're still holding that. We're not saying don't do that, but we're also looking at spiritual truth. We're bringing that into the mix. I was 3 and I did a somersault for my babysitter, and her kids were all around, and I just remember the feeling of the somersault and just such joy and such love and such confidence, as if I was in the Olympics as a 3-year-old doing the somersault. Now, why I'm sharing that is because I've also had some hard things in my childhood. And if they affected me, like they took my spirit down in a way, there's no way I would have been able, like that was me experiencing my wholeness and fullness. I didn't need anything. I mean, I wasn't even in, some of the people were unhealed, right? Like I had trauma, I had all this stuff. But in that moment, the outlier was, I was experiencing my wholeness and completeness, not in my mind, not in my wounds. And it didn't matter how the world was. So I think even just coming up with little real-time, like we were saying, examples and outliers of like, oh, I didn't need them. And yes, it's kind of confusing because in that they were clapping, but I don't even know if that is what mattered. It was just the somersault was it. Because I even have an experience of swimming. I taught myself swimming, but I was by myself. That also sounds really irresponsible, but it wasn't, because I was in the pool. It was like a 3-foot pool, and my mom was at the deck at the house. But I just was in bliss and freedom and liberation in that moment. And that's the freedom we're trying to tap into, to say, because my ego wants to go, yeah, but what about the abuse? What about, how do you excuse all of that stuff? But it's like, you can go, let me just see that when the stars align in those moments, I really am whole and complete. And there was probably bad things going on in the world in that moment. People who had bad moods around me. I don't know what mood my family was in. Like, could have been all sorts of things that affected me, or me needing something to feel bliss. But it's like, it just opened in me. And that is how powerful we are. And it can really take a big level of, I think, self-responsibility to be like, whoa, because we so easily want to, that's hard for my ego right now to let go of, like, yeah, but there's so much to blame, you know? But staying rooted in this is where the healing lives.
I love that too, because while you were just talking, I was thinking about tonight actually I have a stand-up show and performing. And I was a very creative child, constantly telling stories, putting on plays, doing all that. And I also experienced like really horrible abuse when I was younger. But my imagination was like my happy place. It was where I would escape to play and like be in my own. And I loved playing outside. And it was for the joy of it. Like, I still knew, even though I had experienced such trauma, I knew how to tap into the joy of that. And that's honestly, I do believe, what saved me in a lot of ways. And it also was one of those things where, as I got older and more aware of myself, I started to notice, and early in my family, but oh, maybe when I do this sort of thing, it's not received the way I want. Or maybe I'm too weird. Maybe people don't get me. And I walked into school with the assumptions, I'm not understood, people don't get me. And then I continued to tell that story for a lot of my life, under the surface, subconsciously. And so, of course, I attracted a lot of people who didn't get me. And then I also attracted a lot of amazing people who did, but because I was so trained to look out for the people who didn't, I couldn't see all the people that did get me. And I wasn't looking for that evidence within myself. But also, it's that reminder of, I was telling Jamie in the car, I was like, my best stand-up sets are always when I walk out and I'm like, I don't care if you guys think I'm funny, because I think I'm funny. I like myself. And then, of course, ironically, I'm more relaxed, so people are more relaxed. And so I think that's also kind of that energy, you know, of giving that to yourself, and also reminding yourself to, like, the other people's reactions around me as a kid had nothing to do with my lack of enoughness, or it had everything to do with where they were at, you know.
Totally.
and it shouldn't rob you of your joy.
Well, you just said something in the car that was like that. It was like, it was not about you, it's about their triggers or something. Remember? And I was like, that should be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You said it perfectly.
I was like,
it's not about you, it's about the wounds you trigger in them.
yeah. Yes, and that actually reminded me of that post that this woman posted about this. It was about the sacred feminine, or it was about an awakened woman, and how one of the hardest parts of being an awakened woman is that you can trigger other women too who are not in that state, that you trigger the stuff they haven't accepted in themselves, and you also can trigger the masculine that hasn't met himself. So then you walk around thinking, it's about me, I'm not enough,
Yeah.
I don't fit in, I'm too much or too little at the same time.
Yeah, when you're just a catalyst for change.
And when you can integrate that belief in yourself, I'm not enough, or I'm too much, or ironically, you could do the same thing. And when you show up in a certain energy, people will receive it differently. I've noticed that. I've done stand-up jokes about my parents that they were like, we loved it. Versus I've tried to say things in a different way, and it hasn't been received. You know?
Yeah, so what, and we don't want to make this intellectual because it's an energy, but like, how do you feel with this embodiment of I am seen, I am expanded, I am safe, I am whole and complete inside of myself? Like, how do you see them, us, going forward? Because mine was like, okay, let's look for examples of outliers and just keep building on that it is here. We just couldn't see it. What do you see?
I do feel like that is where that like IFS, internal family systems, like self-talk to the inner child comes in, of really allowing them to share with you like what part of you is actually triggered by whatever present relationship or situation that you're dealing with, you know?
Yeah, and as you say that, I just heard the phrase, I am worth connection. And when I know I'm worth connection, I may have new behaviors. I may have more eye contact with strangers. I don't a lot, because I'm in this self-fulfilling prophecy belief of, oh, I don't deserve connection, because I grew up around a lot of people who had intimacy issues. So I thought it was, oh my God, I don't deserve it. So I'm looking for it outside because I don't know what's in me. But if I do, and this is a great next journaling prompt, if I do know I'm whole and complete inside, I have all of this, how might I act differently? How might I think differently? How might my behavior change if I knew I was seen, expanded, and safe inside? If I knew I was connected already?
Yeah.
And you don't even need to answer that. Like, that's an intention. And you can answer it, but it's an intention to be like, I'm putting this out there. How might I act?
And like for me, I was thinking I'm worth being safe and seen. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah. And just because we weren't doesn't mean we're not worth it. It just was that we weren't. And yeah, I mean, that feels like a beautiful, unless there's anything else you want to add, that feels like a beautiful completed moment as the bunny's not even here anymore.
Okay, yeah, so thank you guys for joining us and doing these journal prompts and listening to our wisdom on the farm. There's two things that we want to say. One, if you are interested in activating that I am worthy of connection, if that's yours, or I am worthy of safety and being seen energy, that nourishing, soul nourishing energy, head to the other person's channel, which we'll link below with that part of the activation. And that is for you to meditate, receive Reiki, channeling. I'm going to do some IFS. We're both going to bring some cool things through. That's one thing. And then the other thing that we both want to talk to you about is if you are in the LA area and you're like in this farm girl vibe, we are leading a in-person retreat on November 15th at
11
11
a.m.
a.m.
Yep. 11 to 3. I think
11
is
to
that
4
we had.
because we're going to have a little free hour.
Oh, that's right. We're
after,
doing
which
free
will be
play.
Really fun.
Yes, that's right.
And it's at Urban Fresh Farms, so it's just outside of LA. If you're in the LA,
Valverde.
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 Yeah, it's just outside of the city, and
Beautiful drive.
Beautiful drive. We're really close with Guido, the farmer there. Our friend Genesis is going to be leading us out.
And their doggies are on the land.
There's tons of dogs,
chickens, ducks,
fresh fruit,
roosters.
Oh yeah. And we're going to, and the farmer's gonna actually do like farm to table breakfast, like home cooked, delicious, like duck. I don't know if you've had duck eggs. They're my new favorite thing. They have more enzymes than chicken eggs. Sorry, the rabbit's back. So I'm just.
And Kendall wants to do. Somebody needs a sponsor for duck eggs. This is your girl.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yes. And he makes like juices, so we're gonna have breakfast, and then we're gonna lead you guys through some magic. Yeah,
psychic readings, meditations, Reiki, soul nourishment, connecting to the land, connecting to the animals. It's really about soul nourishing. So whatever we can do, movement, connection, love, it's going to be a really beautiful day of community, good food, music, connections, song even, we might do some singing, but yeah, just really fun.
Yeah, and we're gonna have, and the free hour after is gonna be super fun because we're gonna have some really aligned women's little businesses come, and there's gonna be like the best cold brew coffee I've ever had in my life that my friend makes. It's like brewed, like she brews it herself. The beans are from Papua
Do we have time to stop by the farmer's market on the way home for some?
I know, I want to. I think we missed it.
We're farm hopping today.
We were in our farm girl era, okay. I don't care. My boyfriend's like, "Are you in your farm girl era?"
We're like, yes.
Like,
yeah.
Yes. So it's gonna be magical. We would love to see you there.
We really are. So we're taking you guys with us.
So come with us to the farm.
Yeah, it's so healing.
I don't know. It's just gonna be so nice to get out, connect with nature,
get out of the city.
Yeah. We'll connect with the animals.
Yes.
See if they have wisdom.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested, the link is below. Reach out if you have any questions. We're willing to meet you where you are with it. And yeah, we hope to see you. I think that's it.
Yeah, and bring your own seating.
BYOS. Yeah, It's all in the description, which is nice. But yeah, and if you guys want a little bit more of a meditative activation next, after you've done your journaling, head on over to the other person's channel, and we're going to link that below. So we'll see you guys there in a minute.
So much love in that.
Bye. Yeehaw.